series, Meet the JTV Staff. And up first is JTV Production Manager and Sports Director, Noah Baker. Hi, Noah.
Hello.
Welcome to Meet the Staff.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've worked my way all the way up to the first one.
It's a plum position to be first.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Sometimes you wonder, oh, maybe they're just putting me on first so they can can me later on. But
no, I think I think it's just random. I think how it's done. But first up, it's not your first time. How many years have you been here at JTV?
I'm in year 16 right now.
16. That's awesome.
It's happening right now, right at this moment is year 16.
You start Meet the Staff, one of our longest serving employees, and you're from the Adrian area.
Yep, not too far. Grew up in Adrian, went off to school in Detroit, wound up, I was freelancing in Detroit for about a year and a half, and wound up back home in Adrian when the economy crashed, and basically just kind of wandered in the door one day and said, can I just hang out for a while? And I've been here since.
That's right. Joe Rodman told us about you. Joe, thanks for telling us about
Hi, Joe.
Noah Baker.
We didn't even pay him anything. He just kind of hung out for a while.
Yeah, I didn't even ask for money. It was really just free food that kept bringing me back. So.
Right. And we've never paid a search firm or an employment agency for any of our employees.
Oh, we have enough interesting people that walk in the door. We don't need a firm to find interesting people.
That's right. So you have been overseeing our incredible sports coverage. In just the last 2 years, it's grown, exploded. What's happened?
The pandemic kind of forced our hand into a few ideas that we had and just not really put together. And the pandemic kind of forced our hand into live broadcasting games because, quite frankly, nobody could be there. And we've been expanding on that ever since.
Yeah, I remember the early days of the pandemic. Our crew and the athletes and the officials, only people in the gym.
Yeah, we started a school year not knowing if we were going to have sports, what that was going to look like, and then they could only play certain sports. There were like 3 degrees of sports. You could play soccer and tiddlywinks and a few other things, but they weren't allowing football, and then we finally got football and kind of grew from there.
I think everyone's seen the giant production trailers that pull up outside of MIS or Spartan Stadium or the big house.
Yeah, Andy's going to buy me one of those. He told me. He promised me.
That's how a network does it, with hundreds of people and tons of
I'm waiting on my people in my truck.
Yeah. How have we been able to do live multiple camera games without a truck?
Interestingly enough, a combination of really good people, some solid technology, and sheer determination. Honestly, people kind of refer to us as we're live streaming sports. We're actually from the location. We're not actually streaming. We're a point-to-point connection. We're using RTMP, which dates back to when I was in high school. We're just using it for a completely different purpose. The software is really intuitive. It allows for 1 or maybe 2 people to be working the director's chair, whereas everything that it's doing, directing, audio, graphics, replay, and things like that, in a larger situation where it was built out would be 4 or 5 guys. We run with 2 cameramen. I could add more cameramen if needed, but we run with 2 cameramen. So ultimately, we're a crew of 3 guys and 2 announcers. And
more spectacularly, last month we had 5 live high school basketball games back to back. Very
NCAA tournament style. Which is what I tried to model it on, what I tried to model the broadcast on the first year. and it proved to frustrate and confuse people too much. So it basically, what we did a couple weeks ago, I broke it into, that was one long broadcast that we just kind of filtered people in and filtered people out.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was sick that week, so I was able to watch the whole thing, and it was amazing. It's amazing. And JTV, we claim to be the world leader in local high school sports television, and we are.
I don't know that there's anybody else out there trying to do that.
Yeah.
It may be crazy. That is probably why, but no, it came off really well, and I really like that event, the way it's growing. The numbers and the attendance was really good the first year, but this year was a lot better. And I think it's something that as long as the coaches and teams are dedicated to keeping that open on their schedule, it's something that we can continue in the Jackson area, which is, it's cool.
And it's been very well received. We have thousands of people watching on our website, the live stream all over the world. Really,
Yeah,
literally, yes. Well, it is Meet the Staff, so that's what we've talked about a lot. The viewers already know, they've watched it, they've witnessed it. Tell us a little bit about Noah. I think Brandon, did you have a question?
Brandon wants to know why my wife
Brandon
doesn't
had
come
a
to the
question,
Christmas
but
party.
We're not going to allow it. We're not going to allow it.
And this is the honest to God truth, is my wife hates Brandon. She cannot stand him.
Yeah. Brandon, were you at the wedding?
I was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, did
I
you just,
had to use up one of my own invitations for Brandon. I got 4 undeniable invitations. I had to use one for Brandon just because I like him that much, but she can't stand him.
yeah, there you go. Now we know. So you are married. How long have you been married?
5 years.
Wow.
5 years.
No, it's longer. It's been longer than that.
No,
You should know.
17. And we haven't hit the anniversary for, it's 5 years.
Yep.
5 years.
That was a beautiful wedding. It was outside.
I had llamas and barbecue.
It was
Not combined.
No.
Barbecue llamas.
That would have been a real wedding right there.
The food, I remember the food was great, and it was perfect. It started sprinkling toward the end, though.
Yep, we got it all in,
Yep.
and then it started sprinkling, and then by about 10 o'clock that night, it was just full-on downpour for us to tear everything down. So we came back soaked in mud and everything else, but we had a fun time.
No, it was wonderful. So outside, so you're married, you and your wife, you have cats.
Oh, we've got a couple of cats and a dog.
Oh, a dog too.
Yep, we've had a dog for a few years now.
What we also like to do during Meet the Staff is look at some of the work that you've done here at JTV. So we have a clip. Actually, you put this together.
Yes, I put this together about 25 minutes ago because I'll be completely honest, I did not know I was on the show today.
Oh dear. Well, we thought that, but just from your outfit. But now that we know, no, it's a long-running joke. When anyone's scheduled for Meet the Staff, what do I always say, Brandon?
You're wearing that?
Are you wearing that on the show today?
You're wearing that?
But here we have some of the work of Noah Baker.
Coming up on this episode of Speed and Shine, presented by America's Preferred Home Warranty. Welcome to Speed and Shine. We're in Detroit today to attend the North American Auto Show on a bright sunny day. It's the first time it's ever been held in the summer. We have events inside and we have outside. Let's go check them out.
No, that closing shot right there from the Ford Field, that was awesome.
No, that was a fun day. That was the most unexpected of the state championships I've ever watched.
Yeah, after a losing start to the season and then a losing start to the game, you didn't see it coming.
Well, and the other thing, I mean, Lumen did get better over the season. They got dramatically better over the season. But the thing that nobody really talked about after the game was how much better over the season St. Francis had gotten. They were beating people just brutally going into they beat a really good Ithaca team by like 63 points or something like that. Like, so we didn't have that much of an optimistic point of view going into it, and Lumen was able to keep it close and pull it out. It was, like I said, it was by far the most unexpected of the state championships I've covered.
Well, Noah's gotten to know the schools, the athletes, the students, the coaches, the athletic directors,
custodial staff, the cafeteria workers,
the EMTs.
Yes, the EMTs in the area.
But the improvements and the growth that we've had with JTV Sports and everything here at JTV, you've had a big part in it, and we appreciate that.
I appreciate that. We've got a really good group of guys. We really do. The group I've got right now is really dedicated and just consistently looking to improve and learn. It's inspiring to people like me and Brandon that have been here for years and years and years when young people come in and are really energetic and interested in what they're doing.
Well, you've done a nice job kicking off the Meet the JTV Staff series.
Oh, well, thank you.
So well done. Thanks for being on our team, and thanks for being on the show.
Oh, well, thank you.
Meet the Staff kicks off today with production manager Noah Baker.
Hi, Bob.
Up next, we've got